Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. Today's new daily is to cast 20 20 white or green spells, nice and easy. And we have another new option today, a Selesnya Artifacts deck. You know, I've tried a couple of different Selesnya options, and they just don't really work for me. So I'm always looking for something just to try out. This deck comes from Ash Lizzle. I believe that's how you say her channel name. It just caught my attention. It's one that uses Brightglass Gearhulk to grab, to do what it does. The way it works, whenever this creature enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, and/or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. We have a ton of options for that. The main things we're going to be looking for, though, are our removal options in the form of Dusk, Rose, Reliquary, Hardlight Containment, and Seam Rip. Those are a lot of good options. Though if we're lacking some creatures, we can also grab Warden of the Inner Sky, Novice Inspector, though the Inspector here is more useful for its artifact clue token that it creates. Phoenix Down. This could be interesting. Again, it's just another artifact, another permanent to hit the field, but you can sacrifice it to get your Brightglass or really any of your creatures back onto the field, so interesting option. But yeah, Marketback Walker, just going through these, there is a bit of a, from what I understand from her explanation, there is a bit of a 1/1 counter strategy to go along with this. So like where this works, this creature enters with X+1/+1 counters on, or 1/1 counters on it. You have to pay. So if you pay 4, it'll get 2. That's how I understand how this works. But anyway, it has the ability to pay 4, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, draw a card for each 1/1 counter on it. So card draw when it dies. Regal Bunnicorn, you can kind of see, it gets stronger. It gets more power and more toughness based on the number of non-land permanents you control. So this is going to be our heavy hitter. Shelter by Ghost for more removal and giving some stuff lifelink. Tough Cookie, just a decent all-around card. And it's a food token for whatever reason, for whatever you might need. But its other abilities for 2 and 1 green until end of turn, target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 4/4 artifact creature. There should be a lot of options for that, so that's just creating more options. Dyadrine Synthesis Amalgam, kind of a cool card. One I remember seeing early on people were using and people were ranting and raving about. But let's talk about it for a second. It enters with a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. So if you only spend the green-white, it'll come in as a 2/3. That's pretty decent. Its other, however, is that whenever you attack, you may remove a 1/1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. So we're just creating more bodies on the field, more permanents on the field, and that's why we have a few different ways of getting counters, like with Marketback Walker, Dyadrine, Warden of the Inner Sky. We have a lot of things that we should be able to tap to get this powered up. And even Cosmogrand Zenith, with a lot of cheap stuff on the field, we should be able to get whenever you cast your second spell each turn fairly easily. And depending on what we're working with, we may want to make the two soldier tokens. Or if we have enough stuff on the field, we go for the +1. We go for the 1/1 counter. Just your option. Sentinel of the Nameless City, another one that every time it attacks, it's creating more artifact permanents that we can either tap for Warden of the Inner Sky, and that buff up Regal Bunnicorn. So you kind of get the idea. This has. I can see this becoming kind of terrifying, as long as you're able to get stuff on the field. So let's give it a shot. To be honest, I don't know what I'm expecting. This is in quick play, so you never know what you're gonna get, but let's see what we can do. I'm just happy to be trying something new. So this is not the greatest. because like our green mana is locked behind being tapped. But I might do Restless Prairie first, just to go ahead and get it on the field. It kind of depends on what our opponent does. If actually I don't remember who's starting. I think I am. Well, either way, I wasn't paying attention. I'm starting. Yeah, let's go with Plains. I'd like to get something on the field at least. You never know, we might draw a forest coming up. If we do, fantastic. If we don't, we did Hushwood. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and do this. No reason not to have been on the field. And really, it'll just sit there. You know, our Phoenix down will just sit there until I need it. Yeah, they're wondering. They're wondering, what you doing? Like, what you got going on? It's like, don't worry about it, man. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about the Phoenix down. It's not like I had anything else I could play at the moment, since they didn't play any creatures. Ooh, they took the hit there. Okay. Nothing? Alright. Let's go ahead and go here. Sentinel. I'm okay with going for the attack here, potentially trading. Nope. And just so we're just gonna go ahead. Nah, let's keep them. Let's see what else they do. What other emotes they decide to throw out there. Funny thing is, if I can get a Bunnicorn, if I can get a Regal Bunnicorn out here, they'll probably understand a lot better about what's going on. That would be great, but... Ooh, Nemesis. Yep. Yep, you don't get to survive. Okay. I don't know what are they doing. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, whatever. Come on, you knew this was coming. True. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I don't really care about the life gain that much. I just wanted to get rid of their Screaming Nemesis. Restless Bivouac. Okay. That's fine, man. I don't think I can take them out here. No, I don't think I can, but let's do that. Let's go for another one. Well, I am a little worried, to be honest. Just a tad bit. But, you know, if they have 4 mana lands, am I right? I have nothing to say to that. I'm sorry, man, but yeah. So they're kind of running with the dead hand. Gotcha. Alright, man. I feel... Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. So whatever this card is, they didn't get the lands they needed. They couldn't play their Nova Hellkite because the land that they did play was tapped. So yeah, I hate that. I feel bad. Skyborg, you have my, if you ever somehow see this, you have my condolences. I know how it feels to be land starved. Even though you had 5 lands though, but still, not getting the lands that you need. I know that feeling. So, you have my sincere condolences. But hey, we'll take that win. Even though we didn't really get to show off like the main aspect of what the deck is supposed to do, right? Our opponent just had a lot of bad luck. Leyline of Hope. Joy. Pain land, yeah, they don't care about pain lands. Nice. So here's the question. I can play, well, I can play Reliquary. I mean, I can do Novie Inspector, that's all I can do. I was thinking of doing that and then Dusk Rose Reliquary, but to get rid of their Leyline of Hope, which I'm probably going to do anyway. Yikes. Oof. They got me. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do here. Oh, I can't even go after the... That's right. It only works on artifacts or creatures. I forgot about that. I forget, yeah, Tough Cookie creates a food... Yeah, creates a food token. That's what it does. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Oh, man, that's too bad. Okay, Shelter by Ghost is something. It's not enough, but... Yeah, it's not enough, but it's something. Drops all them down, but it doesn't really matter, does it? And they just had a second one. Very nice. Nice. Oh, you gotta hate it. Yeah, no matter what I blocked there, they had a 3/3 flyer, which was going to take me out. I had 2 blockers, and they had 4 attackers, 3 of which I could block. Well, 2 of which I could block, so yeah, nothing I did there mattered. Man. Talk about having a perfect hand, right? Perfect hand for life, for that life gain. Though I wonder, what was the red in that deck? I guess we'll never know. Either way, let's jump into one more match. Maybe we can get something going on this one. Well, I mean, hey, the first match we did get a win there, so I'm not too upset by it. But I'm more so hoping to actually get to see what this deck can do with, like, Regal Bunnicorn, with the Dyadrine, I think. You know, with the options that we have. We just haven't gotten a chance to. Yeah, it's only been 2 matches, so that doesn't help. But it is what it is. Oh, no, this is a mulligan. That's better. And I kind of hate it, but we're gonna send Marketback Walker to the back. That is a little unfortunate. Especially, yeah, it's going to the bottom of our deck. But it is what it is. Activate only as a sorceress. Couldn't remember if Warden's ability worked as, like, it had to be a sorcery or not. Yeah, we'll take that mana. I didn't really see the point in attacking there. Maybe I should have, but... Collector's Vault. Okay, so this is a... Okay. Phoenix down will be good. Because that's a second thing I can play to get Cosmogrand to activate. If they don't kill Warden of the Inner Sky here, are they going to activate Collector's Vault? No? So what are they discarding? Rise of the Dark Realms. Okay. then let's go with the counters. Actually, yeah, let's hold on to that. If I can take them out quickly, that'd be awesome, but... Are they... Oh, don't have a board clear, please. I'm always a little hesitant to say good game. A duress. Shelter Rogos. I'm always a little hesitant to say good game, even though it does look like I have this in the bag. Hello. Okay, I'll say good game then. But because I don't like being that guy that says good game and then my opponent somehow turns it around and ends up beating me. It makes me feel, I don't know, I don't like the way it makes me feel. But because you never know. Our opponent could have had something that could have turned it for them. If they didn't, well, they didn't, I guess, in that situation. So, opponent, I apologize. I did not catch your name. If you see this, that's my explanation. But anyway, that's gonna do it for matches today. 3 matches, 2 wins. I'll take it. We did a level. Looks like we have a pack to open. But what else did we get? Oh, we have 2 packs to open. Excellent. So let's go ahead and go check those out and then wrap things up. 3 packs to open. Oh, that's right. There was a daily deal for Aether Drift. So let's open that first. Ooh, mythic. All right. Something good, perhaps? Something good? Not really. Mu Yunling, Wind Rider. Enters, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. Vehicles you control have flying. That's nice. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. So but I don't think I've ever seen someone run this card. Yeah, a blue vehicle deck. Yeah, not something I can think of. All right then. All right, first at the Edge of Eternities. Oh, we got something new in the commons. Uncommon. Glacier Godmaw. Enters, create a lander token, landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, creatures you control get +1/+1, and gain vigilance and haste until end of turn. I can see that being pretty good. Weapons Manufacturer. I've seen other people play this. What does it do? Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Munitions with, whenever this token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. So a artifact sacrifice deck. Yeah. Sacrificing the munitions token so you do 2 damage plus whatever you're doing to sacrifice. Okay, I can see that. I can see that being pretty good, especially. Interesting. Alright, last pack. We get our free, our 6-pack based wild card. Nice. Nothing new here. And a Gene Morph Imago. Alright, we'll take that. Kind of a centerpiece card for a Simic Landfall deck. Not bad. Or Simic Landfall, Simic Counters, however you want to look at that. Not bad. Not bad at all. And with that, my friends, it's time to wrap things up. So, if you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.